Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Chelsea finally showed up today. Today, Chelsea, we finally saw Chelsea that we've been wanting to see all season. And we're going to discuss it. I am accompanied here by my panel of the Bridge 258, Oliver, Real Chris, and I am your host, Marshalldbdx. Before we get into the game, just a few quick little things for admin. Be sure to like the video if you haven't done so already. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. 60% of you guys actually watch the channel but aren't subscribed. So go ahead and hit that subscribe so it helps out the channel. We're on our way to 3K, so we're trying to hit that sub goal. And you can help out by subscribing. And it also shows up on your feed. If you're already watching and instead of looking for Casually FC, you can just hit the subscribe, and as soon as you open up your YouTube app, you'll find it right there. When we're live, it'll be right there. When you want to watch it after the fact, it'll be right there. When you want to watch it later, it'll be right there. Point is, if you subscribe, it'll show up on your feed. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Also, no bell notifications, so you are notified whenever we do go live or whenever a video is uploaded. Check out the links in the description for Discord, Twitter, all the fun stuff that you guys like to hear and like to see, all in the description below. Leave a comment, let us know your thoughts on the game. And as always, check out the membership cards. There are 4 different tiers starting at 99p, all different kinds of perks and emojis that you can use. So have fun with that. And big up to everyone that is here right now. And sorry to see that Algeria has been eliminated from AFCON.
Guess what Bernard Company? We did it. Somali did it by referee, you know.
Wait, nice. Somali are through?
Somali referee, man. You know what I mean? He killed
That's
Algeria.
Nice of him to get
they
out.
Can hold up. Hey! But
I think they got out of the group.
It's one of the secretly, you know what I mean? Sky Sports, a bit of racism going on, you know what I'm saying? They're calling Axel the Saucy. They're calling Axel the Saucy, you know what I mean? Noni Madueke, damn, you know what I mean? I don't know if you want the headband, you know what I mean?
Who is Somalia's best player, Ahmed? Do you know? I'm just wondering.
It's an old guy, isn't it? He's really
old guy?
80s, 90s, yeah.
Oh, wow. Wasn't supposed to be a joke. It wasn't even a joke. I was just curious.
No, but Ahmed had a very awkward pause. You had to really think about it for a second. It's like he's not Somalian or something. You know, it's just.
I was just wondering, man.
I'm just saying, like, there might be some uncomfortable conversations about Ahmed.
What do you mean by that, man? What do you mean by that?
He's a glory hunter.
Yeah, man, but I'm not in the glory for England over here. English glory.
All right, boys. Let's hop into it. Let's talk about the match. Okay, so as we all know, last time out in the first leg, a very humiliating result for Chelsea, losing 1-0 to Middlesbrough at Middlesbrough. And so today was a statement. We needed to go and win this. We needed to make up for the fact that we were humiliated by Middlesbrough. And so I feel like the team did. And we'll discuss each and every single player and all that stuff and the game and the tactics and Pochettino's choices and all that. But as always, quick summary of the game. In the 15th minute, or first of all, I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, players playing in their positions?
Mostly,
where they could, yeah.
Yeah, Disasi is exceptional.
I was shocked, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I thought I was watching a miracle, man. I thought it was a miracle,
I know.
Man.
Look at what happens, Poch, when you play players in their positions, for the most part, other than Disasi. The Disasi doesn't make sense, though. We were kind of forced to, because
I'll just say on that as well, when you play as many players in position as you can, it makes the job easier for the guy out of position to actually be comfortable. Who
Exactly.
knew?
Who knew, right? So, most players in their position, strong starting lineup, as it should have been. And in the 15th minute, we had what I guess this was the one that Broja got an assist for, sort of. Who crossed it in? It was Palmer that crossed it in, right? Palmer, no. Was it Palmer that crossed it in?
It was
Palmer, right? It was Palmer, or yeah, I think it was Palmer. Crosses it in.
Can't remember. There were 6 goals, man. That's a lot.
I know there's so many. So bear with me, guys.
We're not used to this, guys.
Palmer crosses it in, and Broja takes a touch, and the touch goes in through Hawson from the other team. Own goal. We take it. Broja, you're lucky that one went in. So that started getting the ball rolling. Then we have a cross in, a low ground ball cross into Enzo Fernandez, who puts it away on the 29th minute, putting us up ahead 2-0. Then our boy Axel Disasi, speak on his name. Speak on his name. Show some respect to Axel Disasi. The guy dispossessed the Middlesbrough player from the beginning. Then he goes for a run, ends up getting to the other side of the pitch and gets a pass and slots it away better than most of our finishers in this team, putting us ahead 3-0. And then just before the end of the first half, Cole Palmer, lovely goal, ends up putting us ahead 4-0. Then we go into the second half, and we weren't done. Cole Palmer once again decides, hey, let me go for another goal. And in the 77th minute, gets another goal. I can't remember how they finished. There's so many goals, but regardless, then we go into the 81st minute. Lovely goal from Ahmeds Channel. That was almost considered an own goal, but it was going in. It was on target. The Middlesbrough player just made it, more on target. But regardless, 2 assists from Conor Gallagher that came in for the Palmer goal, as well as the Ahmeds Channel goal. And as a consolation prize, a wonderful, wonderful goal. Nothing that Petrovic can do for this one from Morgan Rogers from the opposing team, Middlesbrough. And the game finishes 6-1, a complete pummeling of Middlesbrough. Something we should have done from the get-go, and something we should have been doing to small teams all season. And, obviously you guys can speak more on the game because I was somewhat preoccupied with work and all.
Can I just say
but
something?
I gotta real quick before I go, because I'm gonna go to you, Ahmed. Ahmed, remember how last stream I told you with this team and low blocks, you can never guess. Sometimes we just do well, and sometimes we can perform against low blocks. This is one of those days where low blocks seem to work. I think our issue is inconsistency, not low blocks, and I think this one goes to show that. So, Ahmed, what were you gonna say? And of course, speak on the low block.
I just want to say quickly, obviously, I put a link in the private chat. Don't just put it on, but don't just share that to everyone.
Oh, Jesus.
Do we have to?
The first or the second one?
Do we have to?
Yeah,
Oh, there's 2.
Oh my god.
No, the last one, not the first one, the last one.
Oh, the
Okay,
first
the
one's
last
dodgy.
one.
I see.
Okay, let me put it up on the screen. Give me 1 second, boys. What are we on about here? All right, give me 1 second.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. This is a very confused fan here, but
I think
let's put it up.
Oliver clicked the link and got sent away to the realms, man.
Yeah,
Middlesbrough fans really confused, man.
Yeah, bro.
He's actually just cold, man. He's actually just cold.
Wait, was this them being shameless after scoring a goal?
I don't know.
He must be, bro. I don't know.
Always just cold. Always just cold.
What the hell?
Or he's just cold, yeah. Jesus Christ, this man's shameless.
This is how big Cole Palmer is, man. This is how big Cole Palmer is, man. Everyone's celebrating this celebration.
Oh my days, man. That's so funny. But yeah, Ahmed, what are your thoughts on the game, man? Like, how did you? I mean, do we have any complaints? Let's start off with that. How about that? Do we have any complaints on the game? Because as far as I could tell, it seemed like a really top performance.
I think today we just gotta keep it positive. You know what I mean? Let's keep it positive. We're just we're free to listen. What man, we're free to Billy. This is probably, I would say, I don't know, man. The league's shaping up for us to get some level of Europa League football. I would say, with how things are going. Listen, man, I'm just happy at the end of the day. I think again, today kind of showed me again why we need Chilwell. Why Chilwell left back worked so well, in the sense that I think going forward, yeah, he's able to provide that thing that I've said that obviously my boy Levi Cole can't, which is that he knows how to attack as a fullback. Obviously, with him and Modric, obviously there was a bit of like issues there. That's the only thing you can maybe say something about, which I don't really give a shit about right now. But at the end of the day, bro, was happy about. I think Sterling today had a pretty good game. Was passing when he needed to pass. I think he had a bit more better decision making today, which I was very happy about. Obviously got the assist today for the own goal. Big up to him there. Obviously, big up to our boy Axel Disasi. I mean, Axel the brick disasters, I like to call them. You know what I'm saying? Just hooping for us. You know, just hooping for us. You know what I mean? That little
The brick disasters? What the fuck? Hey yo! What do you mean by that, man? What do you mean by that?
Man, listen,
And you like to call him that?
hey, listen, anyway, as you said,
That's a new one.
listen,
Hold
man,
on. Yeah, go on.
at the end of the day, man, listen, he had a really good game. Obviously, got his goal there. I was very happy for him. Was actually doing a lot of good stuff as a right back. Was going forward. Was actually also coming back to do the defensive thing. Duty. Was moving quite fast, I have to say, man. You know what I mean? For someone that was getting cussed out a lot, man. I think Pochettino today put up a good lineup, the actual lineup, you know, and for lack of a better word, played players in the actual positions. That's what he did today, which I was very happy about him for. Again, for me, good game. Enzo got his goal, very happy for him in general. The thing for me when it comes to Chelsea now is this, that obviously let's continue this now. Obviously, you've got Villa next game, Highland.
Consistency, yeah.
Highland FC now. So listen, that's really good opportunity for a lot of our players. A lot of our goals. So obviously, to do that.
Your microphone, Ahmed.
Oh, let's go take a brief. So peacefully, you know, Highland FC. So let's make sure to continue to do that. I'm very happy. Everyone got balls around. Hey, here's what it is, man. Chelsea.
Gotcha.
Without.
Your microphone sounds weird. It sounds like
It's
you're in a
dying
tin
like
can.
Brosia. It's dying like Brosia.
Sound
It's
distant.
dying like
Yeah, sorry.
There we go.
now.
Listen, just quickly, I was just gonna say Chelsea are now going to the Wembley final without Mason Mount, baby.
Now AMSL.
Hey, yeah.
We
you know
will be
what?
there.
That's a good point. Listen.
Oh my god, my bad, by the way, bro. I literally didn't know I was not following you until recently.
Ahmed's too big for you, man.
I was like, nah, I didn't even need it, bro. My apologies, man. Honestly, I genuinely deep I was not following him for so long.
The disrespect.
My apologies.
Big
man.
up Kafka's View, by the way. If you guys
big
want,
up,
obviously, give him a follow, man. This guy's a legend in the YouTube game. Alexis, let me know if you want to come on the show, by the way. But I mean, based off what Ahmed was saying, we're going into a final without Mason Mount. Oliver,
we've gone
you're in
to
high
this,
spirits too. Yeah, go ahead, Ahmed.
Sorry, no, I'm sorry if I'm speaking too much, but there was like a little stat that came out today from Scorecard that apparently since 2000 we are the most to ever go to cup finals of any of the top 6 sides. So
By winning the most finals.
I just mean going to finals in total.
I mean, listen,
now,
that's
Chelsea,
a good stat regardless.
Chelsea, our team will get to a lot of finals. In all fairness, in our history,
Yeah.
so. A lot.
But Oliver, man, you're in good spirits. Tell me how you feel about the game. Tell me how if you have any complaints, really. I don't think there's much negativity we can discuss on. Despite the only thing is the no clean sheet, unfortunately. So maybe you can speak on that. But other than that, go for it.
I mean,
I'll let Chris cook later.
I mean, let's be honest. There's no such thing as the perfect performance. You can always find little things in there, but it's not going to dominate the headlines, and I won't let it dominate my analysis. If I can keep it short, it was unfortunate. It was unfortunate to concede late, yeah, but whatever. We won the game anyway, so I'm not gonna. It's not a make or break kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I didn't really like the way Enzo was being used in the first half. He was making these like striker runs, and I didn't really get it. Mudryk was just I don't even know what to say. That was not good enough for Mudryk at all. But on the positive side, as Ahmed mentioned, a lot of players, well, everyone bar Disasi, playing in their position. Just the team had an overall better rhythm to it because, funnily enough, everyone knows what they're doing bar one guy. So then those other guys can help out the guy that isn't in the position. So that worked out well. Chilwell, I thought he had a good impact, and I did like the way Poch used him. We wrapped up the game early, and at the hour mark, Chilwell came off. He's just come back off a major injury. We need him fit for Aston Villa because I'm not trying Cole at left back anymore. So we got him fit. Basically apart from Mudryk and Broja, all the attackers that started, Palmer, I don't know how much GA he got today, but he was quality today.
You got a brace, right?
I think he did. I mean,
Cole got a brace, yeah. Not Cole,
I'm struggling to compute it, man. 6 goals. Who had the GA where? Like it's mad. But
well, I know Gallagher. If you want to speak about Gallagher, he was
got 2 assists.
Our top assistant man today, and he didn't even start. Yeah, so
I mean, listen, fair play to him. You know, I'm not gonna discredit him for that. But to the people that say we can't play without him and we put 4 past them in the first half, you know, when was the last time? When was the last time we scored more than 3 in the first half? You know, I can't even remember. So, you know, again, this isn't against Gallagher. We just, you know, the majority of us on this panel, if not all of us, we have a difference in opinion on how he should be used. Not as much of a crucial role in the team. But, you know, he came on and did his thing, so fair enough to him. No, I'm not going to complain. And, yeah, I hope this gives the team confidence, because that kind of result should. I guess the only other thing really to say is that Middlesbrough were really bad, but at the end of the day, we did punish them, and that has to be praised on the players' end, because, you know, when was the last time we actually, you know, we've played teams that have made mistakes and made it easy for us. We just don't take the chances, though. We took him today, and like I said, you know, credit to the manager for actually giving the players a setup where they could work with him. So, yeah, that's all for me.
All right. I mean, Chris, talk to me. You seem to have had some type of negativity you wanted to bring to the surface.
Well, Oliver did cover some of it, but you know, there's another negative too, man. It's like January the 22nd, we still got Broya. Like that's a negativity for us to have. Like that guy still playing for Chelsea is a negativity. That is probably the biggest negativity out here now, but. Yeah, like you guys said, I'm actually surprised. We actually scored 4 goals in the first half. I can't remember the last time we actually done something like that. But yeah, like it's like you all guys said, like everybody pretty much played really well except for Broha and Mudryk. I don't know what happened to Mudryk, because Mudryk's actually been quite good this season, and that is definitely his worst. Yes, he's been quite good this game.
Chris, I just don't think him and Chilwell gel together. I don't think they can play together on that left side.
It's hard to say though, because like let's face it, it's like Chilwell's like one of his first games. Or, like,
I mean,
in left back.
You know,
yeah, but Chilwell was the good one. Chilwell was the good one though.
Yeah, I know Chilwell was the good one. Chilwell's actually. What are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I just don't think they have that chemistry. Like, you know, there's some players that they just don't work together. I feel like with them two, it's because they both occupy similar spaces.
They get in each other's way, yeah.
Yeah, and like the thing is, you can also see, they were switching at times. At times, Chilwell was almost playing like that. He was the inside forward, yeah, and then then Mudryk would be out on the wing, and there'll be times that Mudryk would be coming into the middle, and then he would be the inside guy, and then Chilwell would be out wide. So
they just
like,
gotta get some sort of system down,
yeah,
like, you know, where they don't get
something. Yeah, that's what it is, man. For me,
I think Chilwell got told to chill as well at one point, like later on, like he got told to chill.
I hate you so much.
I just think I know
he didn't even realize that. He didn't even realize
yeah, okay.
He told Chilwell to chill.
No, I didn't mean to do it like that. Fuck's sake, I do cyber jokes. No,
like the point. I think the point with that. I think again that just comes down to we need to just find some level of like tactical thing. Again, that's down to hopefully Poch can sort of get that sort of put down in writing or something like that in training where they understand each other a bit better now. Obviously, Chilwell's fully fit now as well, so you're going to be expecting this guy to be playing multiple games now at left back, whether people don't like Chilwell or not in it. So we need to make sure there's some sort of synergy there at the end of the day.
I mean, I see what you guys are saying about the synergy with Mudryk and all that stuff, but can you really blame the synergy for Mudryk getting dispossessed so much today?
No. Like this, that's what I'm saying to you. I think you can say two things. Mudryk had a bad game, but at the same time, it does also. We've seen this before with Mudryk and Chilwell, where it doesn't seem to be gelling as well at the same time. So this is not also like a new phenomena, if that makes sense. By the way, Marshall, that's the point we're trying to make. Like,
I think it's fair to say because we've had Mudryk and Cucurella have games this season, and obviously last season they were both shocking in terms of their link up. But this season they've looked better. I've not seen it once from Chilwell and Mudryk, like in either last season or this season. It's never looked good. So
exactly,
we're open to be proven wrong, but for now it doesn't look like it's going to work. So that's up to the manager to resolve.
I mean, I'm of the belief now that I think Mudryk just has to be a substitute now. I don't think this kid needs to start until he gets like 3 good consistent games. I don't really want to see him start. Today was hands down his worst game.
But again, I think the thing for me, Marshall, if I was to say this, is that it kind of is expected from him. I'm not expecting this guy to be week in, week out, to be numero uno, the top guy. And then I need this guy to evolve, to improve over the whole season. Where by the end of the season, I'm thinking this guy could be a regular starter for us that can bring us week in, week out performances. That's not going to happen straight away, my friend.
I know, but don't you feel like? I mean, listen, there are.
That's what
I feel like there's more bad games with Mudryk than there are good ones, and I'm starting to lose faith with the guy.
No, like
I don't think so. This season he's had quite
a massive upgrade.
This season he's had
a massive upgrade, but is it good enough?
No,
you know,
I
is any most our wing is good enough?
I genuinely believe this season. I think he's had a lot of good games. I just think this season he's only had 3 or 4 bad games. And that, for me, is a very good improvement from what he was last season.
Bad starts?
One of his last starts was against Crystal Palace, where we won 2-1, and he actually scored in that game. He actually played pretty well in that game, as I remember. But like, when he was scoring goals, Pochettino just all of a sudden just started benching him and didn't play him for whatever reason. Like, one of them he had a knock, I remember, but that's about it. Like, and he's done it a few times to Mudryk, and he's doing it to Madueke. There's never really consistent like time where they actually start like 10 games in a row or something. They can't do that. For whatever reason, we may not know. Maybe because of age and how
Madueke, for example.
Yeah.
You look at Madueke, like he clearly seems to have improved under Poch. Like Poch has really just put him into the lab and told him, until you give me whatever you want, that's what's gonna happen to you. Now, whether or not we can agree, we can disagree or not, whether or not that has actually worked per se, but we can't deny it's looking. We can't deny the fact that it's looking good. I think also
Madueke has been very impactful.
Exactly. Now, the other thing for me that I think we also need to be honest about is the fact that Mudryk has improved this season. He has, you're right. So there is improvement happening. Now, is it the speed maybe that you want people to have? That may not be the case, but it's going to take a long time. Again, with someone like him that's very raw, it's a project. Yet 2 years is probably going to take. Whether and people are probably we're gonna have to hold it for a bit. I'll be honest with you, but that's where again we always come down to: are your other guys doing the job for you at the end of the day? And right now, luckily they are. We've obviously got Enzo that's helping us out. Palmer, you got Sterling. Even got Madueke is also able to do a job for you. That's what matters at the end of the day.
I think the problem with Mudryk is like you have a guy like Sterling who is very prone to inconsistency, and you want to see someone else come in for him. But then when it's Mudryk, and I know Sterling played today, but you have Mudryk coming today, and you're looking for him to be like, oh, this is a chance to show myself to the manager what I can do if I'm given the chance. And he drops that. It's like, well, what am I really relying on here? What am I getting my hopes up for? I can understand the frustration, and I think I do share some of that frustration too myself.
Exactly. I hear you because obviously, I know that Sterling obviously the guy that
your mic, bro.
Your mic again, man.
All right, 1 second. Give me 1 sec.
There you go.
No worries.
I'm gonna come back in.
It's the one thing, like, I think, I was going to say before, Mudryk, what he's doing really well this season and what he definitely needs to improve on is, like, his dribbling and on the ball has been actually really good for me this season. It's just his end product. Like, his end product and shooting and passing can just be a bit inconsistent where it's just not there. And this is why I guess he can't start every game because he's not going to show consistent form like all season. That's why you got Madueke, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing a winger somewhere. To rotate from anyway. Like it's just like one of them. Like, but he's definitely probably not going to start next game because he got subbed off at 45 minutes, right? Like that's
Mudryk got subbed up at halftime, which I gotta give kudos to Poch, by the way.
Yeah,
that was a good thing he needed to do. He needed to sub him out. He was horrible that first half, and Poch finally, it was like a breath of fresh air for Poch to actually do something right in terms of subs. I think in terms of subs today, Poch actually got it spot on.
Yeah, I'd agree generally. I mean, I mentioned earlier the Chilwell sub. We needed to do that to have this guy fit for Aston Villa. It's only what's it? It's like only 2 full days of rest between the games. Mm-hmm. So we need him to play because it's a big game. We need to take these cups seriously.
I feel like this comment right here is very disingenuous, to be honest. The fact that Palmer is carrying us shows me we're a new Arsenal, for fuck's sake. I mean, if you're referring to this game, I feel like it's disingenuous because although Palmer got 2 goals today, I think this was a team effort. Overall, the team helped create those chances.
Well,
We played well. We performed. We were pressing up until the 80th minute. We were pressing them. We were causing them to make errors, which is something they did to us when we played them the first leg. And we finally decided to actually step up and try. And this is what happens when this team gives a damn. So I don't think it's just Palmer. Palmer played well, obviously. I'm not going to deny that. But to say he's just carrying us, that's doing a disservice to Enzo. That's doing a disservice to the work that even Gallagher did when he came on. A disservice to the work that Madueke did when he came on. The Sassi was brilliant today. I mean, Chilwell today as well. Like, let's actually speak on Chilwell. I mean, did any of us really expect Chilwell to be this impactful from the left back when he came back?
Well, I thought he might get,
I did not.
Well, I thought he would be in dangerous places like Chilwell does. Like, he gets in dangerous places, but he was doing it quite a lot. Like, that's I guess the one thing that surprised me. He almost scored before as well with that header where he got punched to the face. But, like, yeah, like that's what Chilwell's good at normally, though. Like, running into the box and actually getting goals or assists and stuff, and somewhat defending. He normally does well. But it's time will tell with Chilwell because it's only Middlesbrough and, like, it's his first game, so I can't be too harsh. It's very harsh to be like that harsh on him because it's his first game back, really. So
you know what it is, Chris? I think the real test for me is gonna be Aston Villa on Friday.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the real
for
test,
sure,
right? That's gonna be the real test because he's gonna be facing, if I'm not mistaken, either Bailey or he's gonna be facing the other big man, aka Diaby. So that's why he's gonna be.
He's got to struggle with the pace, that's for sure. Like, if Diaby gets him on the pace and, you know, gets him behind, he's got to be cooked from that because he ain't got the legs to reach Diaby's pace. So it's how we structure. We have to structure ourselves well against Villa because Villa got some pacey players on that wing as well.
This is why. This is why again for me, you know, it's going to be very key. Whoever our left side of centre back is going to be, because we almost in a Trent situation with Chilwell, in my opinion, where, you know, defense, he's not going to be able to come back, you know, much defensively. So, you know, your left side of centre back has got to be very strong and on point in that game to be able to cover that space and look after that area at the end of the day.
My perfect backline right now, I'm not sure, is Gusto back for Friday or not?
Well, they reported muscle fatigue. They reported it was muscle fatigue that had been the cause.
It's muscle overload, yeah.
I want to know how he's gotten muscle overload when he's had a 10-day winter break. But hey, we'll save that for another video. But you know, it's very minor. Do we?
I don't know. We might have. It was just hidden behind doors.
All right, then. Well, Potts don't complain about injuries. You know that I can't have sympathy for.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I'm literally
speculating. I know.
Yeah, but like, yeah. If my perfect backline against Villa anyway, it'd be Gusto, Disasi, Silva, and Chilwell at left back. Because I don't want to see Colwell at left back against Villa. I feel like he'd get done over by Diaby and all that, like from the wing anyway.
Well, let me ask you guys something, because I thought this was very curious. And you know what? I'll start with you, Prime. See your thoughts on this. Do you think that part of the reason Gallagher got to play so much is because of the lack of captaincy? Because this is the game that I was actually really surprised Potts dropped Gallagher. And I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, now because of Gallagher, this and that, we're going, like, look, it's one game. If we do this consistently, then I'm going to, you know, then I'll start speaking more on the whole, maybe Gallagher is the reason we're being bottlenecked, which I've always thought that theory, but just because this happened once doesn't mean I'm right. Do you think that now that Chilwell is back, we might see Gallagher being dropped more now that we have an actual captain on the pitch?
Marshall, I actually, big up everyone actually, by the way. I actually tweeted that when the lineup, or at least when I, Lewis put in the group chat that Gallagher's dropped. And when I saw reports and stuff from Pies, the lineup came out. I actually put out a tweet saying that about Potts, saying that like, well, not to swear on here, but saying that why is he not sticking?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay, yeah. Thanks. Why is he being a pussy? You've played Gallagher all season. He's our captain on the field. You know, he's been your go-to guy, and in the biggest game of our season, you're dropping him. Like that isn't. This is you're overthinking it. I don't rate Gallagher. I don't think he should have. I agree with him not playing today. I agree with the lineup, but he shouldn't have been playing consistently as a starter all season. But he's been your go-to guy. So to drop him in this game, I look at it as, and I said this before the game even, that he overthought it. He's done it so many times at Spurs. He has previous history of overthinking these things in big games, must-win games, that it worked today and pull it off today because Gallagher being in the team for us is a hindrance, obviously, but Poch is known for doing stupid things like this. And I don't know. I'm happy that we won, and it's the right decision not to play Gallagher, but I just think he did it in a one-off. I think by the weekend and next few games, we'll see Gallagher back in the team. I don't think it's like a tactical switch he made that he's going to continue doing going forward. Because we saw it with Cucurella, seeing how well Cucurella played at right back when we got injuries, and Cucurella went to left back and started playing well. But what happened? A good few games later, Cole was back in the team at left back. So I don't brilliant performance, brilliant game from everyone, and tactically spot on from Poch. But I don't trust Poch to stick with this, particularly us scoring 6 goals. Our great performance, but scoring the 6 goals was kind of also an anomaly. If we play this game back again, the score probably ends at 2-0 or 3-1. The 6 goals is a lot. If you watch back the game, a lot of the goals or chances were from mistakes from the Middlesbrough players. So
Middlesbrough.
I don't know. I just think Chelsea fans should cool it from giving Poch too much credit yet. Let's see against Villa. If Gallagher's dropped and we play roughly the same way and we win again, then maybe. But as of right now, I'm very wary of giving Poch credit. Sorry for waffling too long, guys.
No, you're fine. Fine. I was hungry anyways. Here's the thing though, with Gallagher, I'm not saying to permanently drop him. I'm saying to play him when necessary. Yes. I don't think, for example, we knew Middlesbrough into this game were likely to play a low block, right? I don't think Gallagher is going to be the player that breaks down a low block. I think players like Palmer in the 10 or Nkunku or Carney Chukwuemeka, who can be more creative and can give you that attacking prowess. I think those players are better suited for teams like Middlesbrough, where they can be more creative. They can take the risky pass. And if you have a good attacker like a Sterling or someone making the runs, you can create something. That Gallagher's not that guy. Gallagher is the one that's going to press you. And to be fair, that's good against a team that likes to keep possession or something like that. Not against Middlesbrough. Now, I mean, he did come on. He got 2 assists. Good for him. But I think that's another thing that I always said this about Mason Mount as well, is I'd rather you play him in games where it's not needed to have him come in as a sub, an impact sub, fresh pair of legs, injection of energy into the game. You saw how effective he was at pressing, really pressuring the other team. And then he got 2 assists out of it. He played well because he had the legs. But, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about Gallagher's performance? Gallagher being dropped today? Were you surprised? Breath of fresh air. Should we continue to drop him? Or should he still be playing? Because you got to think the other alternative is we either play Palmer in the 10. We saw Mudryk today. And I'll be honest, I'm not very convinced in Mudryk, like I said earlier. But you have Carney Chukwuemeka also coming back as well, who didn't look too shabby. He was involved with the build-up for that last goal as well. So
I was going to say that there are ways around the whole Palmer thing if you want to move him into the middle, because I know you said we have to bring in Mudryk. Well, not necessarily. We have Noni Madueke who can play on the right-hand side, and Sterling then can take the left-hand side, as we saw in the second half today. So I don't think Poch is as limited as we're describing. I think he imposes those limits on himself.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all I really have to say. I mean, Gallagher, like I said in my summary, he was good today. He came on and did well, but I agree with Prime. I wouldn't be confident that this is a a light bulb moment from Poch where he's like, "Oh,
because we've seen Poch do this earlier in the season, where due to injuries or whatever reason, he stumbled upon solutions, but yet still bottlenecked us. Kukurea left back doing well, but then still used for some reason still played Colwell, continued to play Colwell out there. He had solutions, but ended up screwing himself. Pause.
I hear you. I hear. I think the points that have been made. I think at the end of the day, I think part of it also is that his job was under pressure today. Like, let's be real, guys. His job was definitely under pressure today. So I think for him, he had to make that right call. Now, whether or not that's going to change against maybe Aston Villa is a wait and see approach for me. But obviously, there is precedence that may or may not be the case. But listen, I don't really care right now. I think what has mattered right now is that obviously we've got into Wembley now, which is something that we've said before, on this live stream that even though the situation in the Premier League has changed, compared to where we were a few weeks ago, but like this was like our best pathway to at least, to at least get some form of what's it called, European football, and hopefully, man, the only person we've got left now is just Liverpool, and most likely, or unless Fulham do some magical Houdini shit.
Yeah, hopefully Fulham. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's only 2-1 they're losing currently, if I'm not mistaken. So.
Yeah, and are they going back to Fulham to play that, or is it? Or have they already?
It is at Craven Cottage.
Okay. I mean,
Chelsea fans, go to Craven Cottage and sabotage.
It's only up the road, isn't it?
It's literally one road. It's just literally just one road, literally. Yeah. So.
Yeah, down Fulham Road, right? So.
Kings Road. Then
Kings Road.
You don't have to go all the way down Parsons Green.
King Power Stadium, man. And all that. King
Power Stadium. You get him out of here, man. Get this guy. King Power Stadium. They're the championship, mate. What are you wrong with you, man?
Yeah, it's okay. I'll do. Listen, man. I'm just waffling, But
I mean, they are a championship side, yeah. But like this scoreline, 6-0 or 6-2. This is on aggregate. This is the scoreline. Well, no, on aggregate.
Yeah. Oh, 6-2. You're right.
Yeah, this is the scoreline we're supposed to put against Middlesbrough as a top 6, quote unquote, Premier League side. So, like, I'm happy with the scoreline and stuff, but like, I'm very, call me pessimist, call me what you want, but I'm very wary to. I'll praise the players, but I'm very wary to give the praise to Poch because we've seen this throughout the season. Brilliant performance against Arsenal, should have won. Sanchez cost us whatever. Next game, lose.
You've seen the song and dance before, yeah.
Next game, lose. We've seen this so many times that I don't trust it. If we go against Villa, beat them with this similar performance, not scoreline, but similar performance, then I'll start to say, all right, maybe you're slowly starting to cook something, maybe. But I need to see it.
Yeah, do you know what it is?
Mauricio, I can't.
You know what it is? Yeah, Prime makes a lot of is making a lot of like valid points, by the way, because for all of my criticism, obviously of the players in the sense that obviously at times they should obviously be playing a lot better in terms of finishing chances in particular. Yeah. The manager also has helped us a lot of the time this season. So he's gonna be obviously hopefully he's learned his lesson now and we move on. That's what matters, man. Like, and the thing for me again, we speak about this previously. The other teams in the EPL are not doing great that are around us, that are competing for that fourth spot. You know what I'm saying? To compete for that fourth spot, we can compete for that fourth spot. I know that a lot of people may not necessarily agree with that, but I generally believe we can compete for 4th or 5th place.
How many points are we away
we are
from
literally we are currently just from 6th place, by the way. Only 4 points from 6th place.
Yeah, that's top 6. So is it like 10 points or so? We're behind top 4.
No, I think it's still single digits. I think it's 9, if I'm not mistaken.
9. Well,
Yeah,
if it's like
I'll
10
check right
or
now.
9, if it's like 10 or 9, yes, it's reachable. It's just if Chelsea can be consistent, and we haven't
literally,
really
guys. Yeah, so the 5th spot place is currently
Aston Villa at 43. Fifth spot. I'm sorry. I heard 4th.
5th is very. I think 5th
literally,
top
guys.
5 is very possible.
Yeah, look, guys.
Yeah, 9 points. Yeah.
We are literally 9 points off 5th place. This is the point I'm trying to make to a lot of guys. Where if we are consistent enough, and we get the wins that we need to do, we focus on ourselves. Team like Aston Villa talk about Conference League, guys. They've got a lot of Conference League games coming up for them. You can obviously maybe not so much Tottenham, of course, but You've done got West Ham. CARABAO, they've got the things. Go ahead, bro.
I agree with you. I can completely. That's why I keep telling people our squad is not as bad as what.
Exactly, I hear you, but that's not what I mean.
Out, and that it's we get and all of the stuff of we could go on a run now and we could still push for top 4. The reason why the only thing I will disagree on is the fact of we still have this manager. And I know he's not going to get sacked, but if we were to sack him now and get in a Lopetegui, for example, or I know people won't want Mourinho, but just get someone, a coach who can drill these players. We can easily push and get we could potentially even get 4th. But the way how up and down the teams above us are, because the teams above us, by the way, they are not better than us. They just got better managers. Villa's squad, man for man, is not better than ours. We get someone in, we could go on a run and get, one of those positions, but that's not going to happen last. So.
Well, we got Liverpool next in the Premier League, by the way, so that's gonna be like a.
We've got Villa next. Villa.
No, Premier League.
No, in the Premier League, he said in the Prem.
Oh,
Villa FA Cup. Yeah. Like.
I mean, I did want to ask you guys this because I've been seeing this a bit now, and I can't really speak to it because I don't know how true it is. But I mean, do you guys have faith in this? To the panel members, Poch does get it right in the second half of the season.
Wow.
Based on what?
No, well, it's not really based on anything. It's just like maybe today as well, like what he did with his starting 11 and then substitutions was actually quite good. But
I mean, listen, if you take away
we have to see it. We have to see what Poch does because I think we're gonna keep Poch to the end of the season at least. Anyway,
if you take away the context, which obviously us as Chelsea fans we understand the context of it, but if you take away the context and you look at the results, we haven't been too bad. We got a handful of wins in there.
Yeah, that's not Poch. Sorry, I'm my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, no. But I think I know what things because me and about to say the same thing, which is that I feel like the plays and the individual brilliance that we've been surviving on is what has been allowing us to get those ones. Right?
100%.
Now, to an extent, and then when the plays aren't good enough and they've not played well, that's when it's looked like shit is crashing and burning a lot of the time. If we are being honest, but can Poch get it right again? He continues to do what he's doing today. Hopefully, yes, I do think he can turn it around. Like again, the table is helping us. The one thing that's helping us is the table and the teams that are around us. It's just about I think a lot of what's going to happen to get 4th or 5th place is going to be about the team that's able to get their act up together and get on a run. That's what it's going to really come down to. Similarly to almost like Man City and win the trophy. The reason why they do it is because they're able to go on a run. That's what we need to do too.
Yeah, I get it. It's 100% valid, and that's the thing I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see at least 3 wins on the trot. I mean,
we've done that,
at least more than 3, I should say. I'm sorry, more than 3 wins on the trot. I'm waiting to see that. And now, listen, the time to do it was in this gap from mid-December till now.
Middlesbrough, the first game, what actually stopped us getting like 5 wins in a row or something. Or six actually, because we beat Crystal Palace, we beat Luton, we beat Preston.
No, Middlesbrough was the one that stopped us from getting 4 wins in a row.
No, they stopped us getting 6 at this point because we lost to Middlesbrough, then we went and beat Fulham and Middlesbrough now this time, so they stopped us getting 6 wins in a row. Because Crystal Palace, that's 1, Luton, that's 2, Preston, that's 3, and then we lost to Middlesbrough, so that stopped it, going to 4-0. And then we go back to winning again. So we could have potentially gone 6 wins in a row if we actually got our act together now.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah. That's why I'm trying to explain it right here, so I don't sound like I'm waffling.
That's like I feel like every time we get to the 4th game in a row, a team stops us. So I'm hoping now we can find a run. But this is what I was saying, right? From mid-December until January was the time for us to go into that run that Liverpool are currently in right now. I think Liverpool have only lost 1 or 2 games this season.
Yeah, they've been one of the best teams.
They have been, phenomenal this season. I mean, we'll reevaluate them at the what day am I going to do it? Because we have to do I guess.
Well, we play them in 8 days.
Wednesday.
We played them on Wednesday. Wednesday is when we play them, by the way.
Yeah, we are playing on
Wednesday. Oh shit, Wednesday. Yeah. So maybe Friday we might do a mid-season predictions.
Friday we're
right?
playing.
We got to
Friday we're playing.
reevaluate our predictions from early in the season.
I don't
Friday
want
And,
to look at. We're not reviewing our.
Marshall, we're playing on
We will.
Marshall.
We are playing on Friday.
Yeah, we're playing on Friday, Marshall.
Yeah, against Villa.
So we're playing Wednesday and then Friday.
Today's Tuesday, big man. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
No, I mean next Wednesday. When next
The
Wednesday?
next
Yeah,
week
yeah.
Wednesday. We're playing next week Wednesday against Liverpool.
Next week
31st.
Wednesday, and are we playing next week Friday as well?
No, this week Friday.
Ah,
This
okay,
week's
there you
Friday.
go. So
Then after that, it's Saturday. Then after that, it's Saturday.
Yeah,
scheduling FC. Oh man, no. So I'm trying to say next Friday, the 2nd of February. I think we'll do our midweek season predictions. Considering the window's closed, we'll see the transfers and we'll reevaluate our predictions from the beginning of the season. But I put a lot of disrespect on Liverpool. I'm not gonna lie, and they have mudded me. I'm not gonna lie. They mudded a bunch of us, but you know they're a team that's they're a team right now that's on a hot streak. And listen, even without Mo Salah, I'm not feeling confident that we're going to be able to beat them at the final.
And Josh just came back. Jota's a good player. Like
Jota's been cooking for them. I mean, let me.
And why may I ask, like, the reason why are you not confident?
It's just that.
Look where Liverpool on the table and look where Chelsea are. That's why I'm not confident.
Yeah, that's.
Yes.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
I didn't know you knew the obvious yourself. So.
No, what I mean is like, because I've been I was having discussions like earlier and stuff, and people saying that we like potentially can beat Liverpool, and my thing is, and we've shown it by the way with this little run that we went on and then we lost. I think a lot the vast majority of the good points we've had this season has been despite Poch, not because of him. If that makes sense.
So, I mean, to answer your question, in my opinion, the reason I'm not feeling confident about it is primarily because of our defense. We have not been defensively sound this whole season. And even without Salah, Luis Diaz, Jota, I mean, all the players that have McAllister, I feel like they're just going to tear us apart, even without a Trent, even without a Salah. They're just going to tear our defense apart. And they've battened up on the defense as well. Van Dijk is having a good season now. Joe Gomez has seen a resurrection in his career.
Konate's good.
Konate's been good. Like
good
I'm not trying to glaze up Liverpool, but I feel like they're on a whole different run than where we are right now. I mean, we could pull the upset, obviously. We have done pretty well to perform. We've only lost against United when it comes to talking about the Big Six.
Yeah, somehow.
But regardless, I mean, I don't think this is the same Liverpool that we saw in the beginning of the season either.
No.
But so ultimately, though, like you don't trust Poch to set us up correctly to be able to beat them.
I think it's between both. Like, I don't think our team's ready to even like challenge them.
Here's the thing. I'm not. I'm to answer your question. I'm not. But I don't think. I feel like Poch could do something in the sense of like actually be tactically competent enough to put up a good lineup and a good tactic up against Liverpool. I just don't think he is trained or coached our defense well enough to sustain a clean sheet or it's just to hold off enough pressure from Liverpool for the whole 90 minutes.
But do you think we needed a clean sheet to beat Liverpool then?
What happened?
Do you think we need to have a clean sheet to beat Liverpool?
Do you think we need to have the defense to beat Liverpool is what you're saying?
We need to have a clean sheet to beat Liverpool, or do we need to have a
Not necessarily a clean sheet, but we need to have a stable defense.
I think the thing is, like, I think we can have a stable defense for that game. I think particularly when it is a big game, I think these players have shown they will step up to the plate. That's one thing I think you can give to them. That's why I think for me, against Liverpool, I feel like I'm not as worried. I feel like we will definitely compete. And I think, we have a very good chance of, particularly if I feel like our midfield is better than their midfield. If we are able to control that midfield over them, we have a much better chance of beating them, in my opinion.
I mean, what gives me a little bit of faith is that Nkunku should be, knock on wood, should be fit by that game.
Isn't the rumor that he's meant to be available for Villa now or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, no?
He was supposed to be available for this game, but he wasn't
He's
available.
apparently because there's
Who knows?
there's pictures of him now in training, innit? So
Yeah, I don't know. This guy's going to be a big asset to us. And listen, I'm not going to discredit Carney too. I think Carney's going to be a big asset to us as well. And I do want to speak on Carney as well. I feel like he's going to be overlooked a lot because he was just brought in as a sub. Oh, and Jackson will be back. We'll see how Touchy does, but
oh
but
my God.
with Carney, like I think Carney today we saw that he can do what Gallagher could do. Like he had that moment, like he was pressing a lot and he had some decent passes, progressive passes, and there was even that moment in towards the end of the game for the final goal where he dispossessed the defender, knew to pass it to Gallagher. Gallagher made the run, which again kudos to Gallagher, and then he passes to Cole Palmer and Palmer scores. Or was it Madueke? No, I think it was Palmer. But regardless, Carney Chukwuemeka was involved with that. And this is what I've been saying the whole season. Like, is Gallagher playing because of an absence of Carney and Nkunku? Or is he the only one that can do that job? Because I feel like Carney can do a similar job to Gallagher, not as well because he doesn't have the engine like Gallagher does. But I mean, today we kind of saw a glimpse of it. So I don't know. I mean, it does give me some confidence going to Liverpool.
Yeah, but that isn't. No one else in the squad though has the same profile Gallagher does. Has. So. You know what I mean? And also doesn't make sense him being like unless like him being played basically every game and also being main captain unless it was to build the team around him. But then again, doing all of that just to drop him, that's why I say with Poch, like you just can't like I think he overthought it today and it just ended up working out because he played like the right players. You know what I mean?
Okay. I mean, fair enough. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it was luck today.
Yeah, I know it worked out.
I get it.
Right players.
Yeah, I get it. We've seen too many results early this season that should have been easy wins. Middlesbrough first leg that he's just let us down completely. So I get where you're coming from with not trusting him. So
It's not this season though, by the way. And we've seen him do this at Spurs, like overthink like big games, overthink semi-finals, overthink finals, and it go the wrong way because of the mistakes that he's made and him overthinking it. So I just think he overthought it and he didn't play his captain, the player that he's relied upon all season, and it worked out because the player he's been relying on has been our biggest hindrance all season. So I think that's why. Yeah, but
I don't think he overthought it today at all.
Really?
I didn't. I just thought maybe he's actually treated these 10 days as an actual coaching thing, and maybe he's just gone in and gone, I need to score goals. You know what I mean? I just need to just do it. I've got Chilwell back. It's a bit more rest, a bit more training. I can play left back. I have to play Chilwell at left back because otherwise I've got 4 centre backs and I need to keep one of them on the bench just in case one of the others get injured.
Well, also to be fair,
I'm giving too much credit towards Poch. I'll be so real.
Oh, hold on though. I do have to say this. Okay, you know what? It wouldn't have surprised me if he did it, but I would think, and I've done this already. I've been, hurt by this already, right? I don't think Poch is stupid enough to make the same mistake twice. I think he knows how bad it was playing Colwell and how much it exposed him at Middlesbrough the first game. I know. I saw, and you saw Carrot came out with the comments that he did that we knew Colwell was going to play, so we exposed that side. Knowing that, I would listen. All of us knew that, and knowing that, I would have thought like, okay, Poch, you know what was wrong. You know what the opponent did specifically, and they came out publicly and said what they did to expose you. Don't make the same mistake. And he didn't, to be fair to him. Gotta give him credit for that.
Marshall, like, Colwell started left back the first game of the season against Liverpool, right?
Yes.
In August, yeah?
Sure.
So August until January is what, 5-6 months? So it took him half a year to figure out maybe this doesn't work. Listen, I don't.
He's still.
I don't, and that's why I
why
say to Andrew, like,
Yeah.
I'm not giving Poch credit just because it's a one-off thing. I'm not going to believe.
See, the thing
that
is, you can't
he
do that.
did
You
it
can't.
tactically.
You lose credibility with that. If you can.
No, Andrew. No. I'm like the whole him not playing Gallagher and stuff. I do believe he overthought it. Like, I'm not gonna.
I don't. There's no way. I don't know what the decision with dropping Gallagher was, because I don't think Chilwell playing or not playing really affects Gallagher or not. I don't know. Maybe he's starting getting used to the idea of Gallagher not being there, because there's no reason in Poch's thinking this season to drop Gallagher for the biggest game of the season in terms of
he did say himself
getting to Wembley, right?
Sure.
So there's no logical, unless it's in Poch's mind it's going, well, it's Middlesbrough, we should beat them, because I think Gallagher's going to start against Villa. Maybe he's going, and also if you look at the squad and the injuries, there's not really a lot of rotation to do, given the options that we have. So it's like, I think Gallagher starts Gallagher will start the next 2 games. I just think he will.
Andrew,
against Liverpool,
if you're saying it's because it's Middlesbrough, then he shouldn't have played Gallagher in the first leg.
Yeah, I know.
The second point, it's like, yeah, we played a game in 3 days, but like, this is the biggest game of our season,
right?
So far, and your captain, the guy you've been playing all season, to drop him for, again, I agree with Gallagher not playing, by the way. Like, I agree with the lineup he put out, but it doesn't make sense, the guy you've been relying on all season, to just all of a sudden not play him. That doesn't make sense.
And that's
why I find it hard to give him the credit.
No, you have to. No. Let's be fair. We're easy to criticize Poch when he gets things wrong.
Exactly.
I don't think he got anything wrong tonight. I have to praise him for tonight's game.
I should praise you for stumbling upon a solution.
No, Prime, you can't have it. You can't. It's not stumbling on if he's actually been. Well, let's just see. But if you take the game in isolation, you have to praise him for what he did tonight. Listen, you get people going to say, well, it was only Middlesbrough, but hey, we lost to them in the first leg, and we blame Poch for that, right? Well, part of it on Poch. So you have to praise. You have to be fair and praise Poch for what he got right. I thought.
I am being fair because.
You're not giving him the credit, though. You're saying it's not intentional.
But the reason why I'm not is because when we had positive results earlier in the season, I gave him praise. The Liverpool game, when we played Arsenal and City and Spurs, I gave him praise and said he set us up brilliantly. And then the following games, we fall apart. So I'm not going to give him praise again just for us to play Villa. And then we fall apart again.
Well, then you can go on to the Villa game. But if we draw on to tonight's game, there's nothing. Yeah. You have to praise him for tonight's game. Vic, Chilwell played left wing. We played 4 at the back, not 5 at the back against Liverpool. If you notice, Chilwell pocketed Salah in the second half. Chilwell was up against Salah on the touchline of the left-hand side. Chilwell played left wing.
Oh, yeah, that's obvious.
It wasn't free at the back. Stop doing this. If you watch the game, Chilwell was always high up. Colwell was playing left back. Let's not do this. Okay.
Fine. You know what? You're right. Fine. Fine. In isolation, credit for this game. But I'm still skeptical.
But it's fine to be skeptical.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm still skeptical as well. But if we actually be fair, because you have to be, in terms of criticism and praise, you have to be to keep credibility, or for people to actually not call you flip flop. If you're quick with the criticism, like I was in the first leg, I have to be praising this. Even people are going to say, well, Mudryk started. Okay, but then Poch took him out at half time. So,
which is what he needed to do.
Even when we're 4-0 up, he didn't actually have to do that. We were 4-0 up. Remember, he could have said to Mudryk, he could have went, we're 4-0 up. Let's give Mudryk another 15, 20 minutes. Actually, no.
Actually, that's a really good point.
You didn't play well. I'm going to get Madueke and get him some more minutes. And the Madueke was better than him. In a better second half.
I actually have to go building off of that. I actually have to give Poch a lot of credit for that one too. Despite being 4-0 up, to be harsh enough and say, "Listen, you're not up to scruff today. You're not up to the standard. This is Chelsea." You're getting hooked, and he got
You think
hooked
that's
even though they were
the
winning.
thing?
He could have gotten away with just leaving him there.
I would have kept me. To be fair, yeah, I don't know. Like, I kind of disagree. I would have kept Mudryk on and just let him like.
Oh hell no!
We're
I was getting so
we're-
frustrated, Prime.
I know. I was too. But like, we're 4-0 up. Keep going. Keep playing. Keep trying things. Like, why we
By
have?
the way, I think the way
Let's make
Mudryk's
it
looking right now in the summer, loan.
Yeah, I feel like a lot
You
of
can't
people are
sell
saying
him.
that too.
Loan.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you would want to actually sell him though.
Well, if you can't sell him, loan. Bring the kid back.
First
from
choice would be a sell.
Bring the kid back from Strasbourg. Bring the Brazilian kid back from Strasbourg. And he could be like a squad
I
player.
think he's
Angelo.
injured currently, no? Is he injured, if
Angelino.
I'm not mistaken?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think no, because
I don't know.
from last time I remember, I think he was injured, if I'm not mistaken. That's
Well,
why.
okay, we might not be injured in summer, so I'm just saying.
Oh, fair enough then.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
That's why I said
I do want to read this tweet here. Poch's I have some Poch comments here. I haven't read them. I don't know what Poch is commenting. I'm curious what he's saying here. But on Ben Chilwell's return, it was really good because he is one of our captains. But of course, with him, we haven't had him for the whole season, and now it's another period for him to cope for 90 minutes. We know what we are doing, and today he added the experience and quality. I am happy to recover this kind of player because we are going to get the benefit. And then the next tweet I have on this as well is Ben Chilwell after the game said, before the game, we knew how important it was. There was no need to motivate anyone. We knew what was up for grabs. A Wembley final, it doesn't get much better than that. I mean, the line that kind of struck me was there was no need to motivate anyone.
Why didn't you do it in the first leg?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Why in the first leg did we look so lackluster? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that there was a lot to blame on Poch for that first game, but when you look at what the players, our midfield in particular, actually, mostly everyone on that pitch, you look at the amount of energy and the amount of running that was going on. It was close to none.
We literally did the
There's
reaction
no
video
movement.
to it, didn't we?
So
We did the reaction video to it. Yeah,
motivation now should be easy now for Poch and these guys. You're playing for the next month. You're playing for a place at Wembley, right?
Mhm.
That should be the easy motivation, right?
Yeah.
That should be it. So
Yeah,
that's
for a lot
what-
of them, their first trophy. Yeah.
Exactly, that's what I have to do. If you want to play at Wembley, then give your all. I don't need to tell you. That should be the easiest motivation to give these guys. There should be no excuses. Now you're playing for places at Wembley, barring injury.
And
that's the other
also
big thing too.
And also for Poch, because like if what Andrew is saying is true about having this break to work on this game, what Andrew's saying still counts. If the players have a month to earn their place in that final, Poch has a month to come up with a system to beat Liverpool in that final.
Well, he's got Liverpool Wednesday, so that helps.
Yeah.
I presume. I think Trent will be back. I'm unsure about Salah.
I don't think Salah should be back.
If we are presuming that Liverpool obviously make it, I still think that's not a 100% guarantee because they are away at Fulham,
True.
not Anfield tomorrow. Presuming it is Liverpool, he has an opportunity on next Wednesday, to try to look at them. I don't think someone said I don't think Liverpool are that good or played well this season. I think they're just more efficient and machine-like. Even City and Arsenal aren't playing well this season. They're more efficient and machine-like. Arsenal are stuttering at the moment, but in the finals, I saw Marcus Alonso pocket Salah in both finals. So, what do we want to do? You know what I mean? We were better in both finals, but we lost. So, It's a final. It's at Wembley. It's a one-off. That's the last time anyone won between us and Liverpool was, I think, in 2021. No,
Correct. Yeah.
No, 2021. I think it was us away at their ground. I think Mason Mount scored.
Yes.
That was no fans. So this is looking like it's going to be, if we get them. I hope the guys are practicing penalties. I think they must.
Yes. Yes, please. I will also mention, going back to that Liverpool game, for the Fulham game. Fulham were winning that game up until the last 5 or 10 minutes, I believe, where Liverpool came back. And,
Liverpool
and
missed
won
a
the
handful
match.
of chances, though. Liverpool missed a handful of chances. There wasn't like They just survived. They popped up with 2 chances to win. They did miss a lot of chances. But I'm saying it's a different thing at Craven Cottage. Remember, there's no VAR in the semi-finals.
True.
So, and I've seen I wouldn't like Liverpool are favourites obviously to go through because it's Liverpool, but
It
keep in
could
mind,
go
Liverpool-
anywhere.
or not
And the thing
Liverpool.
is too that with Liverpool. Sorry, Prime. I'll let you go in a minute. But the thing with going off of what Prime was saying, although I don't trust Poch, he hasn't won me over or anything. What I will say is that it seems that he consistently seems to put up a good tactic and a good strategy up against these bigger teams, but the players end up failing him. So Arsenal, for example, actually, maybe not so much against Tottenham, but Arsenal, for example, we played well. We were supposed to win, but Sanchez, fucked that up. Man City, multiple chances to win. We weren't clinical enough. Gusto missing his chance. We had Palmer missing a chance through the middle as well. We had opportunities to win that game again, and we didn't. But we ended up drawing.
predominantly though those matches have been at home. And like you said, the Tottenham one's an aberration because they went down to 9 men. So and also I don't really put the Tottenham one in there because we beat them anyway because we beat them with crap. So this will be the first time to see these guys how they react. Do they react the same away from Stamford Bridge than they do at Stamford Bridge? That was something. But it's also a Liverpool-Chelsea game, so I'm already predicting like a 1-1 draw. So it's very rarely.
You're right. Do practice your penalties.
The finals out. The last entertaining game was like 2 years ago in the 2-2 draw when we came back from 2-0 down. When Kovacic scored that banger, it was straight after the Lukaku interview 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember
that dreaded fucking Lukaku.
That's the last
interview.
entertaining league game. So we're talking 2 years.
Hey,
Yeah.
free.
Huh?
Say that again, Prime?
Did you guys not hear me or?
No, you cut out. That's why he's
Okay,
went, no?
never mind. I said free Lukaku, but it's fine.
No, we won't. But you were gonna say something while I was
He
talking.
stays at Roma.
Big
Well-
Daddy Mourinho's not there anymore. So
What was I gonna say? Something.
before I went
I
on to
was
talk
gonna
about
pull off
Poch and
something.
Arsenal and all that.
I was gonna pull off something someone said. I don't know.
No, it is what it is. Maybe it'll come back to you. But one player I do want to praise, and this has been a trend this whole season. And honestly, between Malo Gusto and him, up for debate for best signing of the season. I'm going to count Malo Gusto for this season, even though we did sign him last season. But he went back on loan, so he finally performed for us this season. So let's go ahead and discuss
Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer, man. So only Ollie Watkins, 22, has been involved in more goals for Premier League clubs in all competitions among English players this season than Cole Palmer. So 20 GA, 13 goals and 7 assists. And then today's stats for today's game: Cole Palmer's game by the numbers versus Middlesbrough. 80% pass accuracy, 61 touches, 35 out of 44 passes completed, 6 dribbles, 3 ground duels, 1, 2 key passes, 2 goals, 1 big chance created. This guy, once again, having a fantastic game. And what a player. What a player. Our most consistent player this season, hands down.
Yes. Yeah. No doubt.
If you told me before we signed him, say, "Oh, Chris, he's gonna be our most important player," this and all that, I would have laughed in your face and said you're an
He
idiot.
did tell you.
No, well, I know, but I didn't want. I didn't think we needed him, but I was wrong.
That's a lie.
Needed...
That's a lie. No.
What?
No
No, Will
No,
told me.
no one said anything. No one said he'd be our most.
There's a stat.
But Will told me he's a very talented guy. We should have him for that money.
Yeah, but Will was probably thinking that he wouldn't. Even Will didn't.
Will rated him a good while before.
I don't think he thought he'd do this. So,
No, not this crazy because he's had 26 games and 20 GA with goals and assists. That's actually very good numbers for how young he is and he's had very little experience for how good how many games he's played last season.
Yeah.
Go on, Prime anyway. Never mind.
Oh, Chris is finished. Okay.
No,
Okay, never mind.
What is the stat, Prime?
I think he's
Jesus
on
Christ,
some
guys.
2-second delay or something.
Is Chris
Possibly. Yes, he's finished.
No,
What is the stat?
There's a stat that Cole Cole Palmer has surpassed something like he's surpassed Mason Mount's GA for Chelsea.
No, because
not yet.
Man got 29 GNA in 21-22 season. So
Vic,
He surpassed Mount's GA in a single season.
no,
because the 2021.
21-22.
Oh, then what did that stat? Okay, let me find.
It's
it.
probably open play assists.
Open play assist, maybe. I think
Yeah. Okay. Open. Yeah. It was
in his
open
whole
play.
career. In his whole career or something. I think Mount's got 8 or something in his whole career.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, it was open play assist. Yes. Okay.
Oh, yeah. And I think he's approaching. I think he's near to Kai Havertz's total GNA at Chelsea.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, 20 GNA in one season.
No. I'm talking like in 3 years total GNA.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, but Andrew, it doesn't count.
If Kai Havertz got that, we wouldn't have fucking sold him in the first.
Kai Havertz would be lucky to get 10 GA
No, but like
this season, let alone 20.
we misprofiled them, so it doesn't count, guys. Remember?
Oh dear.
No, that's what I've been saying. Thank you, Prime.
I'm glad we misprofiled him for 50 million plus 15.
Like, where does he play? Because no one knows where he plays. Because Germany plays him at left back, Arsenal plays him at 8. We play him as a
I don't want to. We're having too much fun. I don't want to do a Kai Havertz debate on a nice stream.
It's 2024, man. Let's leave this last.
Guy was a
The
bum.
Kai Havertz debate is in 2023, back in the catalogs of Casually FC.
We're giving the Kai Havertz debate to Arsenal fans. Though we're giving it.
There you go. Yeah, give it to them now. They have that video to reference.
Someone told me Kai Havertz would thrive playing with Cole Palmer, but
Sure.
Who the fuck said that?
He'd get in Cole Palmer's way.
So I think Cole Palmer. Yeah, Cole Palmer. That's actually one of the things I was like thinking. Take Cole Palmer off now, like halfway through the second half. Falling up, we don't need Palmer now because that's the thing. I think Chelsea go this season the way Palmer goes. I think he is the first name on the team sheet, and that probably that is also not a good reflection on the other players. That he's first name on the score sheet right now. I think 45 million, may as well like 4.5 million right now. It's that much of a bargain now at this moment in time. Obviously that could change, but at this moment in time it's a bargain, and there's no buyback clause or anything for City. There's no buyback clause or anything. So I mean, again, listen, people are going to say it's Middlesbrough. Well, he had a shit game in the first leg, so we criticised him for that. He had a good game tonight, so we praise him. That's
It's not just Middlesbrough this season. Cole Palmer's been doing it countless games. He's barely had any bad games. There's only really bad.
No,
games
I'm just saying the first leg he missed those.
No, and today he stepped up today. Like
today he's very good again. And
he can have one bad game, but he knows he's going to step up the next game and actually do it. He doesn't worry about one bad game and it haunts him for like 10 games.
If he stays injury free, I think he has a shot to get 35 GNA this season.
That would beat Mason Mount's GNA too. He had like 30.
I don't even care. I don't even care at this point. I really.
And what was Matters' GNA in 2012?
He would have done it with one less tournament as well.
Matters, he's never getting near Matters 50.
What was Matters' GNA? I forgot. It's very super high.
I don't believe Cole Palmer actually had a bad game against Middlesbrough. I just think
he missed those chances. He did have.
No. But like that's what I said. Aside from the finishing, I don't think his actual game was bad.
No, because you've got to factor in the finishing.
Yeah, you have to factor in. You can't just isolate.
I know.
That's like me saying, besides Colwell, being exposed in that left back, he has pretty good.
That's the same thing where people. That's the same thing where people I would draw. It's 0-0 and they go, yeah, we played very well. We just couldn't finish. And I think to myself, no. Let me take a look. If their goalkeeper's man of the match and he's making impossible saves, then fine, I'll let you go with that. But if you're just wasteful, then that adds into your whole.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying, like, people were treating him as if he had a stinker or he was terrible.
I think he did because he should have put this tie to bed. Really.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Cole Palmer
three
had a
big
stink in that
chances.
game.
My criticism comes from that actually we should have been 2-0
Yeah, no,
up.
that's what
They
I
might
was saying.
they might not have even scored because their heads might have dropped. Do you know what I mean? So it's like that. And then this game looks totally different tonight. He might not even played. Do you know what I'm talking about? People not even done the
that's
the
fine.
rest of the
Yeah,
start.
Their heads dropped after 3-0
Yeah,
anyway.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like that's where it goes to me. So like tonight's performance, he scored with both feet. So I don't think he is predominantly left-footed. I think he can do both. I just think he chooses the left because it's more comfortable. But I mean,
when he signed right for us, the first corner he took with his right foot. No one noticed that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he can do both. But I think he's worked on his right foot. I think he's like he was predominantly left-footed. But I think he's worked on that, and I think that's the modern day player now. That's going to have to be good on both feet. But he played well again tonight. I mean, like I said, him playing well doesn't reflect one another's. This I'm not going to say kid. This young player's come into a new team and a new city and established himself as the first name on the team sheet. And that's embarrassing for the rest. There's no way he should be right now first name on the team sheet. He should be like 4th or 5th at best, right? But that just says how poorly or inconsistent the others have been. That this has happened. So, before anyone says anything, Gallagher got 2 assists when he came on. Very well done. You know, so.
No, kudos to him. Obviously, we mentioned it earlier. Like, I think he needs to now. Well, part of the reason I think he was dropped, even though I agree more so with the sentiment that maybe Poch overthought this one. And this is the biggest game of the season for them, and this is the player he's relied on the most. So maybe there was overthinking on that. But there's also another belief or another, thought process here that potentially now that Chilwell's back and can be the actual vice captain, there's not necessarily a need to have Gallagher there to be the captain on the pitch.
And we also got to remember he did start with Carney in pre-season and the first 2 games.
True.
Of the season in that role. So
yeah, it was going to be Gallagher in the pivot until we got Caicedo
in that position, even starting him really in that position until like the 4th or 5th game in, then consistently. Yeah. So he may think, Carney was my guy at the start. I know Gallagher's, in my eyes, and when I say my eyes, I'm referring to Poch, has really stepped up and replaced him. Whatever. Yeah. But Carney's now that. I'm going to start building Carney's minutes up. And then it's also Gallagher. That's what we're talking about. Gallagher's then a good squad player to come on and just literally run around for the last 20 minutes, have the energy that the others may not have, for the last 20 minutes of a game, run about, get the ball, and stuff like that. So
I've been meaning to bring this up actually, because now I feel like Colwell. Were we relatively impressed, or hey, look, it's Asasi. Were we relatively impressed? It's Brick, the Sasi.
Oh, did he hear that thing in the intro? No. No. Do we want to explain that?
Brick.
Oh, yeah.
He Ahmed
the Brick.
Ahmed nicknamed him the Brick.
Profile picture to Brick.
Oh,
and I forgot about my joke.
We stopped saying he's slow as well because he turned on the afterburners for that goal.
Oh, for sure. That's what I mean. I mean, before we actually get on to Sasi, before I go on Kobo.
Don't you mean Madueke?
Huh?
Oh, yeah,
the Sky. No.
Sky had a howler with that one.
Oh
Sky
my
really
God.
Had a howler with that one. That was so dumb. I don't know. Sky, Sky.
Yeah.
You have professionals.
They were interviewing.
You need to
Sassi,
do better.
And they put the name at the bottom of the Madueke.
Yeah, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But, I mean, before I speak on Kobo, I mean, Sasi had a brilliant performance today and could have had a second goal at one point in the game.
Oh, yes, you're right. That was one of Palmer's big chance. I guess that's down as a big chance, right?
Yeah, I guess that was Palmer's big chance.
Right in front of
could have had a second goal. And people want to disrespect Sasi. Listen, I understand he's not the most elegant looking CB. I understand he's not the best right back, right? But then again, like we've had such a defective team in sense of positions and playing players where they're supposed to be that. Today it made a little more sense because one, you had Gusto injured, and two, mostly everyone else was in the right positions. So you could actually get away with someone feeling a little more comfortable playing one player out of 11 feeling uncomfortable playing out of position than 3 or 4 out of the 11 feeling uncomfortable playing out of position. So maybe that's, is part of the reason why he looked decent enough today. But listen, Chelsea fans, respect Disasi. He is a decent player. Maybe he's not the level you're used to, but
I don't care what those guys online think about him.
There's just too much of it. There's too much disrespect for the guy who, out of all our CBs, I feel like he's made the least amount of errors. That could be a stat. I don't know.
If we whoever we beat in the final, and if he scores a win, I'm going to be so shameless.
Yeah, me too.
I'm actually going to.
Hey, he scored against Liverpool last time.
I'm going to do what I hate.
Yeah.
You did?
I told you so. I'm going to tell you.
He got his debut goal against Liverpool.
I'm going to tell you one. We're going to be replaying that because it's going to be a goal at Wembley. You score.
Listen, Liverpool fans, I'm talking to you guys.
Let's not
be scared of the Sassy.
No, let's not.
Yeah, let's not have the football gods drop a Van Dijk goal on us, man.
Yeah. No, let's also not write off Fulham. It's at Craven Cottage. Not
True.
I'm not the per se biggest fan, right?
Begging for
even the hate from Chelsea fans, I don't fully get it. Like the guy is, I don't think he's overly brilliant per se, but like he's consistent and reliable, and he hasn't. I don't think he's had bad performances for us. Like I don't have a problem with him. Like the slander he gets and stuff. For me, the way he's been performing, whether or not, and like I even said this about Chalobah 2 years ago when he broke into the side. Like whether or not I rate him or whether or not you guys rate him, if he's still performing consistently, then he has to be in the team playing. And
for me, it's like
I don't care I don't care if fans think this defender's talented, but he's been better for us in this half season than Fofana has been for us for that whole season.
The whole season, yeah,
by far. It's not even close between them.
That's the problem I have. It's just a lack of like an overall stat. It's a double, triple, and even quadruple standard here. You've got Disasi who like makes less errors, but then we're going to overlook Thiago Silva's errors. We're going to overlook Benoit Badiashile's errors. We're going to overlook Wesley Fofana's errors near the end of last season. Like listen, that those might have happened for one or two different reasons, but at the end of the day, they happened. Disasi's made errors this season because he's been playing as a right back. So you got to take all the context into account.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Disasi looks like, and I've said because Disasi is like, he's big, and when he plays, he looks unorthodox, as opposed to like Silva, who looks smooth, and he's a legend, and he's old, so we can't really criticize him. And Fofana cost a lot of money, and he's meant to be as good as Saliba. And Badiashile was a player who we signed not for a lot of money, and he turned out to be good as well. That the Sassy gets so much hate, but
it's
I
like look elegantly like on the ball either. That's the single Chelsea fan base.
And I don't know. I kind of see from the Sassy where kind of similar. I don't know if people will agree, but kind of similar to what Rudiger got.
I was just thinking that. I was thinking. Prime. I swear Rudiger's made more mistakes in a back four than Disasi has.
He definitely has, I think.
I'm kind of thinking if we get a proper coach, like an elite coach, an elite manager, watch Disasi shoot up.
I can't remember Disasi having a performance like I saw Rudiger had under Lampard at Sheffield United away when we lost 3-0.
West Ham, remember that one?
The West Ham one, yeah.
Sorry about that.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those. Listen, he gets too much hate and stuff like that. I have no idea why, but obviously because these seen as a Chalobah replacement, so that's probably why as well. But then these guys don't rate Chalobah that high, so I don't understand. But it's all good.
Yeah, even bringing up Rudiger too. Like it got so bad with Rudiger to a point where we were about to, we're thinking about sending him off, and then Tuchel came back and turned it around. And who's to say, who's to say that the next manager, whoever comes in for Chelsea, is to turn Disasi into that level that
Disasi have an actual pre-season with his new team instead of being thrown into the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let the Sassy also have the same center back pairing consistently. Not have to be rotated constantly.
Right, exactly.
There's a bunch of factors.
Let our right backs stay fit, both of them.
Yeah, let the Sassy have actual fullbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll say on Disasi for now is like he had a great game today. I take nothing away from him. If possible, I do not want to see him at right back again. I put today in isolation as being a good game, but I don't see him as the guy that's going to be delivering anything consistently in that position.
I want to see a Darwin Núñez versus Disasi left wing right.
I feel like it's going to be a circus.
Just to see, like, if it's like two, you know, when you put two magnets, try to put two magnets together. Like that. But the ball's in the middle, and neither will go to the ball because the Sassy will make
the Sassy will make an error, but the Sassy will make an error sending Darwin clear, and Darwin loses it completely.
The Sassy gives the ball to Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez goes past, but Darwin Núñez loses the ball and it goes back to the Sassy who clears it. It'll be like something.
Oh my
like
god! Just play the Benny Hill theme song while you see those two play.
The circus,
Oh, that's so funny. I mean, I'll leave you guys with this question as well. Because I do have to head out, and Surfer's going to take care of the show from here. So big up to Surfer. Thank you for doing that for me. And you guys be nice to him while I'm away. Smash that like button if you haven't done so already.
Be nice to me.
All right, don't be nice to him.
Yeah, don't be nice.
All right, mean comments because he likes to ban people.
Yeah, ban you for life.
Let him flex the ban hammer. But smash up the like button. I do appreciate that. It helps the channel grow. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. 60% of you guys that sit here and watch the channel haven't subscribed already, which means you have to do the extra work of typing in Casually FC on your search bar so that you can actually find us instead of just having subscribed and having it right in your front page whenever you show up to YouTube. So big up to everyone here. Big up to all our members. And the question I want to ask you guys is, are you guys... because I feel like the Chelsea fan base have lost so much faith in Levi Colwill that even today, when he was actually playing in the center back position, I feel like people still think he had somewhat of a mediocre performance, even the last time he played center back. But do you guys feel that, you know, we've lost Levi Colwill because of Poch? But I'll leave that to you guys. Big up, and I'll catch you guys in a few.
All right. See you, mate.
Yeah, let us, mate. Who wants to go first?
To believe I just don't think you could. Like they didn't really hustle us in attack. So he did that one clearance in the first half where there was a break on. Apart from that, it was just a standard game for him. Really, that's what I want from him. I want those games. I don't want him to. Funny enough, I don't want my defenders or attackers to have outstanding games. Sorry, defenders and goalkeepers to have outstanding games. Do you know what I mean? I really want them to. You know what? I really, when I rate them, I want them to give them a 6 each time because it's an average rating. That's what I want.
The only time it's acceptable is like, if it's against Middlesbrough, then you're concerned.
If we're down to 10 men or something. If we're down to 10
or that as well. Yeah, then or against Man City or something. Because you know how good
something like that. But like,
then
you
can play some really hard.
Against Middlesbrough, I don't like. I don't think you can judge. I mean, at left back, I think we're all pretty united as a fan base saying he's not a left back because he wouldn't make those runs that Chilwell did.
No way.
A centre back playing left back does not make those runs. The centre back like Levi Colwill does not make those runs that Chilwell did today. Just doesn't happen. It's not in his mind to do so. He's focused on defending at all times, not attacking. That's why he's centre back.
It's quite hard to fit all 3 centre backs then, isn't it, Andrew? Well, you could say like bench Silva sometimes because Silva's like 39 years old and have Disasi and Colwill at left centre back.
Well, that's what I mean. I'd be very surprised.
Rotational with that, like back 4.
That's why I think like Chilwell will probably start on Friday because I don't.
Yeah.
The reason would be like to rest.
Because Gus not going to play Friday, is he? Well, is Gusto back on Friday? Because I
don't know. I didn't hear how long he's
I don't think he starts anyway on Friday because he's
but like in terms of rotating the centre backs and keeping like all 3 or 4 like in the loop, if you will. Like thing is, we make it hard for ourselves, like, you know, both the players and the manager. Because if we wrapped up that Middlesbrough game, you could have rotated today.
I know a player, yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
definitely
then
got to
it's
be. Yeah.
Badashili's injured again, so that doesn't help. And Fofana's injured.
Was he on the bench today, Medici?
Can't even rotate. I think he said he's
Marshall said he'd be back in January.
They didn't group rehabilitation. They
Okay.
do this now where they tell them like what rehab they're in, whether they're in a group or not. Like in Cuckoo's by
Yeah,
himself.
it's very vague. Yeah.
Yeah, Lavia's by himself, but then there's like others in a group.
Lavia's out as well. I forgot about that.
I just don't. Yeah, Lavia, we should just rejoice when he's in, let alone out. You know what I mean? He's been more out than in this season. Lavia's probably a discussion to. It's probably a thing just to write off this season, possibly. Which is on a side note, it's probably why Cassidy was kept, because I think they reported that Ugo Chukwu's injury is worse than what they thought. So
It's
that's what I
honestly
read.
lucky we have Gallagher, Enzo, and not Caicedo. Yeah, Caicedo, sorry, as our midfield, because those three are like the consistent ones who can stay fit. And, you know, play really well. Like, obviously our main starters are going to be like obviously Caicedo and Enzo as our sixes, so we don't obviously miss like Lavia that much this season. The only one I really truly missed this season is not even Reece James, because we have Gusto, is Nkuku as at 10 because we lost Carney and all that, so we've been like struggling in that. That's about it with the injuries, because like obviously left back, but then we probably play Colwell a lot of times at left back because it's Poch. So
And with the midfield thing as well, like we got to bear in mind as well. Not only brought back Cassidy, we did bring back Andre Santos, and there's been no links or no movements to.
He's with Brazil right at the moment, I think.
He is right now, but there's not even been a suggestion of where he could go, if anywhere.
That's
so,
true.
you know, whether Poch will use him is a different matter. I don't think Poch rates him, but he is still there. So
he's not.
if push comes to shove it, he might get a chance.
I wouldn't mind him playing FA Cup games, like if it's like an easy game, like something like that.
Well, let's get through Villa first, and then we'll talk.
Well,
about
yeah,
that,
I mean, like if we beat Villa, like, and we got an easy draw, like, and we have Santos and all that, I wouldn't mind. Like,
I think the plan is to try and send him out on loan again.
We
I think
should.
that's what the plan is. If you brought, he's brought Cassidy back, and we brought Cassidy back. We brought Cassidy back. Leicester wanted to keep him for the season, so we didn't. Like Leicester didn't send him back because he was playing for Leicester. We recalled him.
Is it because he wasn't starting enough for their liking, or because he didn't
No.
start?
What I'm saying is that we didn't know. Leicester were fine keeping him. They were
No,
playing.
yeah, I know, but us, did we not like his minutes? What he's getting at?
No, I think we.
we just brought him back.
I think we
Why?
brought him back because Lavia's injured, and like I said, I think I read somewhere that Ugo Chukwu's injury is worse than what they realised. So there's no time frame of when he'll be back. So I think they just bought him for cover, essentially. If any more injuries happen. It's just a number in the squad, just in case any other injuries happen.
I was going to say it probably is just a number, because I was thinking about how and where he fits. I was really puzzled by it, because at Leicester he's predominantly been playing as an attacking 8 / number 10, and if you're bringing him in as a Leslie Ugochukwu cover, that makes zero sense. So
I think he's more of a cover maybe for Enzo.
Or perhaps, yeah, maybe.
I also think it might
maybe
be
a different profile of number 10. Who knows?
I think it might also be just in case someone pops up with a Gallagher bid that they find acceptable as well.
That's a
that would mean
possibility, yeah.
they're not going to bring in anyone like they're not going to bring in a midfielder during January.
We brought back Moreira as well, if you've seen that.
Oh yeah, but I think he might go on loan again. I don't know. But
can he? I don't know if he can actually, or if he even will. Because there's that rule where you can't play for 3 clubs within a year time period or something. Stupid like that.
I don't know if he's played the last time he played for Lyon.
Because he has played for Chelsea, because he did actually come off the bench against. I think it was against Liverpool. He came on for like 2 minutes.
I think it's calendar year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like same season. But let's finish. I don't know if it was already done. Did we talk about Enzo today?
No.
Not so much, fair.
Not as a solo thing. No.
Oh, let's go. Let's talk about Enzo. Everyone
loves
to criticise Enzo. So
I did kind of mention in my.
I'm wearing a shirt right now.
I did kind of mention.
We don't know. You're never on camera. So
no, but I showed a picture of Enzo shirt.
That could be anyone. You could have taken a picture of the net. I don't know. It's you.
And with Enzo though, I kind of I did mention this in my summary to the game. It was like I think it was like the first 15 or 20 minutes, like the way we were using him, he was doing the shuttle runs again, and he was like making second strikers darting past Brozier. It was horrible. I don't understand what Poch sees in Enzo that makes him think, oh, he can do that. And like we've said all season, it just leaves Caicedo isolated. It's just him trying to build up the whole play, but then the centre backs don't even pass to him. So it really does limit our options. But I guess as the game got on, he got to put his foot on the ball a lot more. He was playing it around, and he did, when he did get into the box, crucially for his goal. That was a good bit of movement as well. And I think he even had a shot that the goalkeeper saved. So I think it was decent. I don't think that getting in the box wasn't working early on, but it kind of did later. If we can see him do that more successfully in more games, then maybe that's a future for him. But until then, I need a bigger sample size of him doing it well.
I think Poch sees him like a Bruno Fernandes for some reason, and I don't know why. He's not that type of player. Right. I think he thinks he can do that type of thing, like a sort of withdrawn Odegaard role or something like that, which is very weird in itself. But yeah, I thought, listen, he played well. Everyone's going to say against Middlesbrough, that's fine, move the goalpost. We criticise him against teams you don't rate. So it's one of those things. Learn, praise when they do well, criticise when they don't do well. It's one of those things. Does he have to do more? Yeah, they all have to do more. But tonight he played well and he took his goal well. So there's not much more to say about Enzo apart from the fact that he was part of a very good team performance. So I don't know if anyone feels it differently or wants to add anything.
Well, this is what I was going to add differently. Like, I saw it how it was. Like, we was obviously 1-0 down against Middlesbrough, just bomb a lot of people forward. We had like 4 attackers plus Enzo adding to that 5 and let Caicedo do all the defending in the midfield because respectfully, it's Middlesbrough. Like, just bomb most people forward and get like goals quick as possible before the first half happened. Second half, sorry. So I think that's how we did it. Enzo was like a second striker at times, and I didn't mind it because we was getting goals and it was working for what it was. And I think Poch knew, like, obviously, Middlesbrough's limits, and they can't really like push out if we're pressing them into the defence. So
the thing is,
that's how I viewed it.
Part of Middlesbrough's tactics was to drop a midfielder in to make it 5 at the back in some points. But the problem is, you're asking that guy to drop in and drop out. So he was doing that because he was targeting Enzo, but I left gaps open in other areas. I left the right back exposed, so it was all left back. So at first 10 minutes, so we were working, but after we got the goals, they couldn't pick up Enzo, and so like that second goal, no one followed his run for that second goal. But that was one of the tactics they tried to do. But Enzo, I don't know if he was instructed or he picked it up. He went near that midfielder, so he really couldn't drop in that much. So he left the gaps exposed. I'm sure Michael Carrick's thinking was if Cole was going to play left back again. Do you know what I mean? And he was going to target him again like he did in the first leg. That's what came out. So it's one of those. We're going to wrap it up now because I want to. If you go on now, we're going to send you over to Jacob, Spurs fan. I know. He's actually an okay guy. But if you go over there, even if you don't stay for a while, just like the video over there. But put Andrew says you're a fraud on there. If you put in the chat, please. Just say that, just to wind him up.
Seems like a great message.
Yeah. Say, Andrew says you're a fraud. Or put Jacob is a fraud from Casually FC. Okay, we'll just do that. But yeah, we'll be back. Oh shit, when will we be back?
Game review on Friday.
I presume Friday. Oh, good job, schedulers, with that one. You tossers. Then I can just leave us. Why are you putting us Friday when there's the Spurs Man City match Friday? I don't even think we're on telly.
Oh, what? Damn it.
Yeah.
Spurs
I didn't realise that. For God's sake.
That's an iPlayer or something like that. Just leave us on Saturday. Why did you have to move us?
I'm going to have
to
two-screen
we had a game. Especially when we knew we had a game on Tuesday as well. Absolute wankers. But yeah, we'll be back Friday. Hopefully, we're celebrating a progression through to the next round. And hopefully, oh shit, is it replays still this round?
Can't remember.
God knows.
I don't want to replay.
No,
I just don't. I don't want to replay. I just don't.
Just win or lose.
We have enough to beat Aston Villa. Let's just hope we do.
Well, yeah.
It's Villa number.
Depends how. Hopefully, they make a lot of changes as well. So I think both teams will make a few changes. Actually, no, Villa have not played for 2 weeks. Then, right?
I mean, I did mention earlier that we do have the advantage that Chilwell coming off at the hour mark, he'll be a bit rested for that game. He can maybe play at least 45
Oh,
minutes.
there is replays. Okay.
Oh, I think he played at least a half.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I think he'll start. I think he'll start. So
Yeah, I think he played to 60 minutes again, roughly.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we got to play it by. We got to be a bit cautious because he has just come off an injury. But the handling's fine for me at the moment.
Anyway, hopefully we're back Friday, and whatever happens, we're celebrating a win, even if we don't play well. So we'll just do that. Like, share, subscribe, and join as a member for this channel. You'll see the perks in there. I don't know the list of the members. All I know that Turbo Jesus is on there, or OG Turbo Jesus is on there, and that just always makes me chuckle inside. So I do like saying that name. But we'll be back, and turn your notifications on as well to all, not just like personal, to all, so you know in advance we're here. And leave comments as well. Even if you disagree with us, don't have to call us names or anything. Just say why you disagree with us, and we'll be fine. And also put in comments if you really believe Chris has an Enzo top, because I don't. There's no proof of it whatsoever.
At least you showed Chip to Kai, man, when I was talking to
you.
him.
You would say that, you fraud.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I was by two names.
Have a good Tuesday evening, wherever you are. And we'll see you on Friday. And most importantly, stay casual and up yours.